Silence the weak voice inside you. There's a weak voice inside you, the one that whispers, "Leave it for later. This is too hard. You won't make it." It shows up on the days when your discipline slips, your focus scatters, and fear tries to take control. But deep down, you already know that voice has never taken you anywhere. It only wants comfort, zero effort, zero change, and zero greatness. But what if you could silence that voice and awaken a power that already exists inside you? A power built from determination, resilience, purpose, and a solid dose of self-confidence. The kind of power that makes you move even when your inner laziness is pulling you back into bed. The truth is simple, though far from easy. Transformation begins the moment you stop negotiating with your weaker self and start listening to the version of you that wants more from life. The world isn't going to slow down, so you can get ready. Pain is temporary. Sacrifice is inevitable. But the growth that comes after is far too big to ignore. And what if I told you that everything you need is already here right now? That your moment for action is this exact second? That change doesn't arrive, it's built? Maybe that idea bothers you, but discomfort is the first sign that something big is about to be born. So before we begin this journey, let me ask you something. How much longer are you going to let that weak voice decide the direction of your life? We all carry a lazy version of ourselves inside our mind, the one that loves creating creative excuses to keep you stuck. It tries to sabotage your discipline, your focus, even your inner strength, always offering the most comfortable path and the least transformative one. But you're not condemned to obey it. Action is the key that dismantles that weak voice. Every time you get up, even without wanting to, you're training your persistence and building resilience without even realizing it. Want a simple starting point? Make a 5-minute pact, 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of training, 5 minutes of organizing, whatever you need. This breaks the cycle of laziness and strengthens your self-confidence. If you want a suggestion, start with a short book like The Power of Action, which is all about taking control. Every micro-victory proves that change is possible and that too tired was just an illusion. That inner laziness exists, yes, but it doesn't have to define your destiny. And that's exactly where the journey truly begins. Life doesn't hand anything wrapped in golden paper, and that's okay. Difficulties show up unannounced, mess with your plans, and test your discipline, your resilience, and your ability to stay focused. It's in those moments that you realize the journey isn't built only from victories, but from the stumbles that shape your inner strength. When everything feels chaotic, remember overcoming is born from chaos. And every step forward, even the smallest, is already an act of courage. When a storm comes, you can either stop or keep walking with determination. Hey, raise something practical on tough days. Choose one single priority, just one, and accomplish it no matter what. This reinforces your sense of responsibility and keeps discouragement from winning. Difficulties are inevitable, but your response to them defines your greatness. And, ironically, it's by facing these obstacles that you prepare yourself for the next chapter of your journey. There comes a point when you realize no one is coming with a magic solution. Life demands responsibility, discipline, and that stubborn courage that makes you act even when you're unsure of the outcome. That's the moment when overcoming begins, when you stop waiting and start making things happen. Each choice, each action, each small effort pulls you closer to the transformation you've been seeking. Because real change doesn't come from outside, it's born within you. If you want something practical, write down a list of everything you've been avoiding and choose one item to face today. Immediate action boosts your self-confidence and reminds you that the power is in your hands. The temporary pain of starting is far smaller than the weight of staying stuck. Taking responsibility for your own path isn't easy, but it's through discipline and determination that your greatness begins to take shape. And that step opens the door to even deeper challenges. Every true growth goes through a certain amount of pain, the kind that bothers you, but builds you. Effort, sacrifice, and discipline walk side by side, and this exact combination is what separates those who talk from those who act. There is no transformation without paying the price, and that price almost always requires surpassing your limits. Once you understand that, You realize pain is not your enemy, it's proof that you're moving forward. And it's in that forward movement that your inner strength starts to flourish. Want to experience this in practice? Choose something that feels impossible and give just one more than you normally would. Read one extra page. Do one extra rep in your workout. Wake up 5 minutes earlier. These small sacrifices stacked over time create massive change. This simple gesture feeds your resilience and your self-confidence, proving that you can go further than your weak mind suggests. Pain fades, but what it builds stays. And this lesson prepares you for your next obstacle. Fear is clever. It disguises itself as caution, as maybe later, as better not. But deep down, it's what blocks your action, your discipline, and your greatness. Many people quit before they try because they believe more in their fears than in their inner strength. And ironically, the biggest fear isn't always failure. It's actually achieving the thing that demands courage and change. When you face that fear head-on, you realize it was much smaller than it looked. To start breaking these insecurities, try this simple exercise. Write down your biggest fear and right next to it, write what would happen if you faced that fear today. This contrast activates your focus and boosts your confidence. It shows you that suffering is always worse when you're avoiding the inevitable. Persistence is born from acting even when your hands are shaking. And when you take that step, you open the door to a transformation that few people ever get to experience. Many people spend their whole lives waiting for the right moment, as if change depended on some cosmic alignment. But now is all you truly have, and it's in the now that discipline, action, and transformation actually happen. Tomorrow feels comfortable, but it's a deceptive comfort that feeds laziness and weakens your purpose. When you understand that every second counts, you start acting with responsibility and determination. And it's in that immediate attitude that greatness begins to grow. If you want to put this into practice, try the 2-minute rule. Any action that can be started in under 2 minutes should be done immediately. This trains your focus, strengthens your persistence, and destroys the illusion that later is better. The present moment is simple but powerful. It eliminates fear, prevents accumulated sacrifice, and boosts your confidence. Every tiny decision made today shapes your future, and this awareness prepares you to face your next challenges with resilience. Everyone without exception goes through moments of suffering. It's easy to think pain is something unique to us, but the truth is, pain is part of the path for anyone seeking change, discipline, and greatness. The difference lies in how you respond to it. When you push forward even with the weight on your back, your inner strength expands. That's where resilience is born, in the act of continuing when stopping would be much easier. A practical way to train that resilience is to record every day one small challenge you faced and how you reacted to it. This builds responsibility for your actions and allows you to see your own evolution. Pain may be temporary, but the lessons it brings are permanent. Suffering doesn't diminish you, it shapes you. And once you understand that, you become prepared for even the toughest moments of your journey. Every person, at some point, walks through their own personal hell, dark phases, heavy days, situations that feel impossible to escape. But that hell isn't punishment, it's a forge. That's where your discipline is tested, your courage is demanded, and your inner strength is refined. When you face this period with determination, you realize it didn't come to destroy you, it came to build your greatness. And it's in that heat that the deepest transformation happens. To avoid getting lost in these moments, keep a simple habit. Track your progress every week, even the smallest one. This strengthens your confidence and shows you that change is happening, even when it doesn't feel like it. The hell is temporary, but the resilience born from it is not. The pain lived there becomes fuel for action, for purpose, for focus. And when you come out on the other side, you're ready for the mindset that comes next. A winner's mindset begins the moment you stop accepting excuses, especially your own. It's easy to blame time, tiredness, fear, or even the universe for everything that didn't work out. What's hard is taking responsibility and choosing discipline, persistence, and consistency. A winner doesn't wait to feel motivated. They act because they know action creates motivation, not the other way around. This determination feeds your greatness and strengthens your inner power. If you want to develop this mindset today, practice this. Every time an excuse shows up, replace it with an action, even a small one. Didn't manage to exercise for an hour? Do 10 minutes. Can't read a full chapter? Read 2 pages. This trains your focus, your resilience, and your confidence while weakening the defeated voice inside you. Victory starts in the small daily choices, and this attitude prepares you to live with even more purpose. Living without purpose is like running without direction. You get tired, but you go nowhere. When every step, every breath, every effort carries intention, your discipline strengthens and your determination becomes unshakable. Purpose is what transforms temporary pain into lasting growth and sacrifice into achievement. It pushes fear aside and reminds you exactly why you must keep going. With purpose, even the hard days make sense, and that changes everything. To apply this, create a daily clarity ritual. Write in one sentence the reason you do what you do. Read it when you wake up. Read it before you sleep. Let your purpose guide your actions, shape your focus, and strengthen your responsibility for your own life. Acting with purpose isn't just a motto, it's a way of living with greatness. As the saying goes, get up, run hard, and do the work. At this point, you already understand that transforming your life isn't about luck, it's about responsibility, discipline, and daily action. Everything you need is already inside you: courage, inner strength, focus, resilience, and that purpose that keeps calling you even when fear tries to stop you. The journey won't be easy, but it was never meant to be easy. It was always meant to be great. Now the real question is, what will you do with all this? Will you let that weak voice keep making decisions for you? Or will you take control and act even with temporary pain, sacrifice, and uncertainty? What changes will you start today, not tomorrow, that will push you closer to your best self? And more importantly, what is the first small step you can take right now to honor the purpose you carry? If this message helped you, challenged you, or made you see yourself more clearly, then don't leave it for later. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can follow more reflections, insights, and tools to strengthen your mind and transform your life.